1980 Viscount Pop Up Caravan with extras. It's a quick first look. Unit has 12 months reg on it. It's 800 tear. There's a spare wheel cover and a brand new spare. HT Holden rims in good condition. Comes with a padlock and key to lock that spare. Both of the wheels, tyres are in good nick, and the rims again are HT Holden and in very good condition. The bearings on the unit were, according to the last owner, done 2012 of October. The underneath of the unit, the floor's in good condition. That's a tap for the inside tap direct hose connection. The unit tows very well, surface rust on the chassis, and it has drum brakes which pull it up quick. This is the gearbox that lifts the unit up, pops the unit up. The owner changed it to a full steel for protection of the gears, and the gears work well. Has a toolbox, 4 kilo gas cylinder. The gas cylinder is a swap and go. It doesn't work. It's got a faulty valve with some gas in it. It'll need to be changed. Got a PVC pipe which keeps all the extender poles in it. That's the handbrake on the unit, and when you're towing, you just pop the handbrake down, as you can see, and then lock that little piece away. The cup, that's a reverse unit. When you reverse, you have the steel piece folded over so that the brakes are not engaged. Otherwise you tow just as you see it there. 7-pin flat plug, and also a 12 volt which is wired direct to the fridge so that when you're on the road. Unit also has a 3-way spirit level to get your levels right. This is just the step we're looking at now. Pops out and locks in there easy. That's the internal 15 amp if you're at a caravan park, and also how to fill up underwater storage. This is an external 240 volt to run your power, your external power once your unit has been plugged in. Partially insulated toolbox. Everything you see in there is what the unit comes with. Small patch on that toolbox, and also we're looking at the stone guard there which has been put on. Now we're going to have a look at a closer inspection of the unit and how to set it up. First, go to your toolbox and grab out those couple of ratchets. They're supplied with the unit. Just begin to wind those down, and that's how you get your stability when you're in the unit. And we'll drop a piece of wood, a block of wood under those. They stick in there well for travel, so just give them a hit and they pop down. Last owner put on these so that these little straps so that the awning doesn't flap around as you travel. So the next thing you want to do is you just want to undo those, and then you want to undo the zips partially, not so the plastics, the waterproofing and the annexes fall out, but just enough so that when the unit's popped up you don't have to try and climb on board to undo the full zips, or get a ladder or a big chair or something to reach over. Next, you want to pop the 4 of these travel holders. These are not there to hold the unit down necessarily so much. It's just that extra little bit that locks that top part of the pop-up band down. Next, you want to take the wind ratchet and you want to begin winding that unit up. Now when this unit comes down, that left-hand corner at the back there does not sit flush, and you need to push it from the front once the unit is lowered again in order for it to just slip over a little bit better. The last owner cut the fabric from the foam in order to pull them out and wash them at that side. You don't see that once you're in there. Just pull those beds out. The flooring is very good. Grab those support poles, and as you can see, they just slip into the unit. Then you lift that unit up with your shoulder and it pops in. It's 2 support poles for each side. Next, we want to undo the door. And latch it back out of the way. As you can see, this is the first look. The inside of the unit, the curtains are always tucked out of the way so that when you fold that unit down, they don't get caught anywhere else. Got that little pantry type closet. You can either mount that closet here where it originally went, or as we'll show you shortly, you can put it up on the roof where the other owner adapted it a little bit. There's another inside support pole, and there's a hole in the middle of that bar. Just pop it in there, push it back, and that'll push that canvas back, and the unit will begin to take shape. Push it in on the right hand side and then slide it across, and it's locked in. I'm just going to go outside now, and we're just going to make sure that that canvas is pulled over flush. And then we're going to begin to do the corner zips up. See this plastic, the zip is broken on that, so that's definitely going to be something for the new owner to fix. And on this side, it's the same there. So some new zips and or get a canvas person to fix that. Also put a patch and or sewn up with cotton some of the tears in the fly screen. And there's also one on the other side. Allow air into the unit. And we've just pulled out those curtains there so you can see that they're now hanging down. These are with the curtains closed. They don't always match up everywhere, but that's something if the new owner wanted to focus on that, they could. And you do get a good amount of privacy with the unit. The unit comes with a microwave, which is in full working condition. For travel, that's where the microwave sits, and we'll just pop it up on top. Pop that cord through the hole and plug it in. As you can see, this is where the other owner put some poles and some fittings there, and to use that as an overhead pantry, put a little shelf in there, use it as an overhead pantry. You can do that, or you can leave it where you saw it. This is an old foot pump. Underneath you saw a white pump under the unit, and that's been replaced, and it's been replaced with a hand pump. Now this hand pump might need a little bit of screwing down, and that'll draw from the underwater storage which you saw earlier, and the overflow or the flow out from the sink is also there was the black pipe that you saw underneath. Plenty of storage there for cups and plates and things. More storage underneath. This is where the fridge and the lights plug in, and you've also got a cooker there, electric cooker. Storage underneath the couch, plenty of underneath storage. That's just the wheel hub that you see under there. The last owner had a stereo there, so you can pop a stereo in there. There's a speaker behind there also. This is the fridge. The fridge is in working condition, and three-way fridge. We have not hooked it up to 12 volt or gas. We hooked it up to 240 volts and ran it off the generator, and after about an hour that freezer started to get cold. That's the lock that you see when you travel. You can lock that fridge down. So we've only used that fridge for about an hour. More storage, and also more storage access underneath here. This is where is kept the annex and a few other bits and pieces just under that seat. So we're going to take these out, these two Velcro pieces, and we're going to show you how to put the door on. First thing you do is undo the wing nuts. The last owner put a strip, which you can see just above my head there, to hold that door in, so that a little bit of extra security there for travel and also when the unit's popped up. Now we need to close the bottom section of the door, and I just tuck this piece of overhang canvas out of the way, and we just lift it and we pop it through, and there's two holes, and you'll see that piece just slips in there. It can be a little bit frustrating sometimes, but once you get it, it's okay. And then we push that piece of aluminium over those bolts, and we do those wing nuts up. That secures the door. Next, we're going to take the Velcro plastic strips, and we're just going to feed them into the slot. That's going to ensure that no bugs get through or air. Just seals it off. A little bit more security. And just slip that piece over there and joins those two doors. And that's the unit in a basic setup. Underneath, you've got some shock cord there, and the last owner has just put some random screws in place, and you just got to find your tension and find your way with how you're going to connect it to ensure that it's secured under there for air, for bugs. It's a good little unit, secure, breathes well with plenty of open doors, as you'll see, open windows, as you'll see shortly.